This is the Brandon D. Campbell podcast, where business and mindfulness meet to build a better leader in you. Here's your host, entrepreneur, mentor, and author, Brandon D. Campbell.
So, you establish your boundaries, but you're feeling very sad about it. I'm going to tell you why that is. But first, I want to give a special shout out to AY Magazine for featuring me, little old me, in their wedding issue that came out this month for the month of April, which is National Youth Child Month. And so I am very excited about the piece. It highlighted my upbringing, growing up in a blended family, raised by a single mom, me and my relationship with my brothers and my sisters who, technically we were half brothers, half sisters, but in our house, in our culture, that did not exist, halves. We were brothers and sisters, and the title of the article was pretty clever, in my opinion, Half Brothers, Whole Story. It features photos of me with my own brother, Chris, as well as my mom and my father together at my lunch celebration of my book, Oh Brother, My Brother, as well as photos with me and my brother when we were very young. I could have been no more than probably 4 years old at the time. He and I with my grandmother, Elizabeth Bowman Montgomery, who had recently passed away. And it was just an incredible photo. And so kudos to Heather Baker, the publisher of AY Magazine, as well as Sarah DeClercq, who wrote a fascinating piece. Ooh, it's getting close. It's getting close. The second annual Arkansas Authors Children Book Festival is coming up April 18th at UCA. Come out, connect with me, learn more about my platform and how I am helping parents and educators develop more secure, social and emotionally secure, attached style boys who will then become some incredible men in life, in their work, in their communities, but also for their families. And so come on out, UCA, April the 18th. Come out. I can't wait to see you. And also, another great announcement, I will be featured. I will be bringing my literacy experience to Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville. Pearls Books is where it's going to be at on May the 9th. It's Mother's Day weekend, I know, but it's going to be an event that if you are a parent, you have children, you most definitely going to want to come out to this. This is not just some story time, me reading a book. This is an experience that's going to bring families closer together. It's going to be impactful. It's going to spark meaningful conversations, and I believe it's going to change the dynamic in relationships. So come out on May the 9th at 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. To Pearls Books in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So let's go back to what I stated earlier. You've started creating boundaries, but you're feeling sad after establishing the boundaries. And why that is? Well, why that is what I believe is, when you're setting boundaries, especially if you are a person who is, for instance, a people pleaser, you're someone who never established boundaries before. I've been there before. And, you setting perimeters around your core values and also to protect yourself, your self-care, your mental and emotional health. We all know that there's some people in life who just trigger us. It could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be a sibling, it could be a close family member, it could be a friend that it's just so hard to say no to. It could even be in your business. It could be so hard to say no to every opportunity. But in true honesty and transparency to yourself, it's the right move for you. It's not about them. But it's about you. It's about your peace. It's about your joy. It's your happiness and your future. And not who you are today. It's who you are becoming. And so that leads to why you are sad and you have this feeling of grief. The feeling of grief is really stemming from you not satisfying the old you or the current version of yourself, the version of yourself that is growing to become who you want to become. And so if you're a person who is a people pleaser, it's hard to say no. And so sometimes it's hard to say no because the fear of the other person's reaction to your no. A lot of this stems from a childhood wound that you had growing up. And so could have been neglect, abandonment, lack of security, lack of food, lack of resources. But also it could be physical, emotional, verbal abuse that you received from a caregiver or a family member or a friend or someone that it kind of taught you, in a sense, to create this coping defensive mechanism to please, to not establish boundaries. Maybe your boundary, you didn't have a boundary growing up. Maybe you were abused sexually, unfortunately, and you was robbed of boundaries. And so you never established boundaries just so you can appease those around you. So when you say no and the other person maybe responds negatively, it's because you just reset the rules. You basically said that this is who I am and this is who I'm becoming, and you are communicating out this is how you move forward with relationships. This is how you do your business. And it's sad because just like you grieving the loss of someone that you love, which in so many ways to you, yourself, is who you were familiar with. This is who you have become for many years. And the same thing goes to those around you. This is who you have became. And people got very comfortable with that. And so now you're changing the dynamic of who you are and changing the environment around you and how people, show up for you. And so when you're changing, you're uncomfortable. That's a good thing. And so my advice would be to lean into that and be proud of yourself, because without pain, there can never be the appropriate amount of change. And if you're out there, you're struggling with creating boundaries, my rule of advice would be to do this one very simple thing. And that is, don't initiate. Stop initiating communication, phone calls, reaching out, chasing for validation, and allow things to be attracted to you, people to come to you. And so by not initiating, you are resetting the game plan. So now when someone comes to you, you're building confidence. Also, it should reset or reframe how they may view you. They may increase their value. You may increase value to them. And so just be diligent and always stay true to yourself, and don't see boundaries as a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's for you. And the love that you have for yourself is the most important love that you can give to anyone else. Give it to yourself.